Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy Motivational Monday. You guys, it is 49 degrees. So, yeah, it's 49 degrees. The sun is out, but I still had to put on my little zip-up jacket because it's a little on the nippy side out this morning. But I am so thankful. God is good. Ooh, I almost feel like running around my car studio, if you will. Because it's going to be get up in the 50s, I think, starting tomorrow through the end of the week. I ain't mad at all, y'all. I know it's winter, but I don't do cold weather well. So you know what? When I can get some warm weather in the winter time, I will take it. Now, before I jump into my topic, I have to say this. My name is Michelle, and I have an addiction. I had 2 Boston cream donuts this morning from Dunkin' Donuts, and they were so good. Don't judge me because I don't judge you. And guess what? I got another one in the house. I'm going to eat that as soon as I'm done with this. And then I'm done. See, that's the thing about me, y'all. I don't do a lot of junk food. But when I do, I do it up. And then after that, I'm done. I may not touch another donut for I don't know how long because I can't remember last time I had a donut. But I just had a taste for one this morning. I said 1, but then when I pulled up to the window, I ended up ordering 3. I'm not sure why 3 flew out of my mouth, but hey, it is what it is. So y'all don't judge me because I'm working on me, okay? Okay. Now, today's topic is Warren Buffett's rules for success. I came across this and I thought, you know what? I need to share this because I really enjoyed it. I just enjoyed it. It's simple, it's to the point, and everybody can do it. So let's jump on in. So here are the things that Warren Buffett did to get where he is. Number 1, he said, be picky. Choose your friends wisely. Greek philosopher Socrates was once asked this question: what is the most beneficial thing a person can acquire? Socrates answered, a friend who gives sincere advice. I don't know about y'all, but that's powerful. That is so powerful. So the question again was, what is the most beneficial thing a person can acquire? And the answer is a friend who gives sincere advice. I don't know about you all, but I think it is really raggedy. That's what we're going to use that word, raggedy, to have a friend who gives you advice, but it's not sincere and or sound advice. If I'm your friend, I'm going to give you sincere advice. I'm going to give you advice because I care about you and I want nothing but the best for you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, i.e. blowing smoke up your you know what. I'm not going to do that to you because that doesn't help you in the long run. It may make you feel good for a moment, but that's not going to really help you. Now, I don't have to be rude and nasty about it either, but I am going to just tell you the truth because that's what a true friend does. Number 2, he says, be inquisitive. Buffett said that he is a believer in lifelong learning. He says you don't go to school once for a lifetime. You are in school all your life. Education is an investment and never an expense. Learning is like riding a bicycle. You don't fall off unless you stop pedaling. So I don't know about you all, but I have this thing, and I've had it for a long time, where I want to learn something new, just one new thing. More if possible, but just one new thing every single day. My goal is to learn something new. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be anything philosophical or just, earth moving. It doesn't have to be that, but just one new thing I want to learn today that I didn't know yesterday. And every day that is my goal, to learn something new. It could be something about myself. It could be something about someone else. It could just be some random thing. It doesn't matter. I just want to learn something new. And I am always big on going to school. And I get it. I do. School can be, even though Buffett says that it's not expensive. Well, of course it wouldn't be when you can afford it. But for a lot of people, going to school is an expense that they just cannot take on without having to get loans. And then you have student loans like I do. And it's okay because it got me what I needed. But for those of you that can, then I would say look at going to a trade school or look at signing up for classes. If you have a community college where you live, like right down the street, there's PG Community College. you can go in and look in there and see what classes that they're offering that you can take. It may not be for credit, but at least you're getting the experience from having learned whatever it is that you're learning. But always be learning. That's just like in this new year, you are, all of us, myself included, need to be trying to figure out what classes are we going to take, or what class are we going to take, or what workshop are we going to register for, so that we can learn something new. And if you have if you haven't thought about it, I need you to start thinking about that, okay? Number 3, he says, improve your communication skills. Buffett said, if you improve your communication skills, I will guarantee you that you'll earn 10% to 50% more money over your lifetime. It's been said that a message sent is only as good as the receiver's perception of it. Can I say that one more time? The message that is sent is only as good as the receiver's perception of it. So communication requires both effective sending and receiving. There are oftentimes, and we all know somebody who can get up and speak, and they're done speaking, and your mind is going, what in the hell did they just say? Because whatever it was they said didn't come, it sounded good, and you wanted to be caught up in the moment, but you just couldn't really get with it because you don't understand what the heck they were even talking about, because it made no real sense. It was just like a whole bunch of thoughts just grouped together. They speak well, but they just had a whole bunch of thoughts grouped together. So it is so important to be an effective communicator. That's why, when I speak with people, I don't have to go into my closet and pull out all these big words to try and impress people that I don't care whether they are impressed or not. I just need to make sure that what I'm saying to you, you all can understand it. And not have to pull out a thesaurus. You ever meet somebody like that? When they talk, you got to go, let me look up that word, see what the heck that means. Because that's just how some people talk. And they don't have to talk that way because they haven't always talked that way. But they think they're impressing people. But if you get up and every word that comes out of your mouth, someone has to go look it up in a dictionary or a thesaurus to see what it means, then you have not effectively communicated your message because they have no idea what you're talking about. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And one thing that I love to do if I were in a group in front of people and I'm talking about these things, I'm going to ask are there any questions? Any questions at all before I move on to the next point? Because I want to always make sure that people understand what it is that I'm talking about. And I try to break it down to its most simplest form. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm all up here and you're learning down here, then there's this huge gap of just nothingness because you haven't heard a word or understood a word that I said. So communication requires both effective sending and receiving. And number 4, last but not least, be decisive. He said you must have the ability to say no. Some people have a great sense of duty and obligation. They feel like they have to say yes to pretty much everything they are asked to do. Then they feel pissed because they didn't really want to do it. So Buffett says the real opportunity for success lies within the person and not in the job. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I always thought that if I were trying to move ahead, I needed to say yes. Michelle, can you take on this report? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do the other? Sure, I can. Knowing full well that I didn't want to do it. And you do. Sometimes you stop and you think, well, God, why are they always asking me to do stuff? We have all these other people here, but I'm the one that's always being asked to do stuff. And then it dawned on me, well, you know what, Michelle? They're asking you for a number of reasons. This man better get over because he is a little too daggone close to my car. And I will snatch him up out of that Camry. I digress. Excuse me. But I realized that people ask for several reasons. They ask because they know you're going to say yes. They ask because they know that you're going to get the job done, and they don't have to hover over your shoulder to make sure it gets done. They can trust that you're going to do it. And they ask just because they don't trust other people to do it. So there are a number of reasons why people are always asking you. But you know what I've come to understand in the last couple of years? It is all right to say no. You know what? I would love to do that, but unfortunately, I just cannot. Because I have so much stuff that I need to do that I just really don't have the time. But thank you so much for thinking of me. That's my response. Even if I don't really have, well, I always have something to do. But even if I didn't really have anything major to do to preclude me from doing that thing, I'm still going to say no, because what I don't want is for you to get so caught up that you think that you can just keep asking me and I'm going to keep saying yes. Because every time you ask me, I say yes. Now, let me tell you what I'm not saying. I'm saying that, yes, it is important that you say no sometimes and allow other people to do the work, because you don't want to wear yourself out constantly saying yes. But now, if it's something that you truly, I mean, from the heart, truly, it's something that you love doing and that's what you do, then by all means, say yes. But even then, every now and then, it's okay to say, no, I can't do this. No, you can't count on me to be there because I have something else that I need to do. It's all right to tell people no. It really is. And guess what? If they get upset and they get mad about it, hey, they can get mad, get glad. That's their business, not yours. But stop being the go-to because there are people out there like that, and they'll say, I need somebody to do ABCXYZ, and there's always somebody say, oh, ask Michelle, she'll do it. She always says yes. Don't be that person that just has to say yes to everything. Now, I get it. If it's a part of your job, and y'all know how it comes under other duties as assigned, that's what management likes to do when they want you to work on projects and things that you don't want to do. They'll say, oh, well, that falls under other duties as assigned. Does it really? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, especially if it's out of your pay grade. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But it's okay to say, I would love to take that on, but I just can't. Because that's not my area of expertise. I have so many other projects that I'm working on. I just can't do it. You might want to ask somebody else if they can take it on. And then sometimes they'll come back and say, oh, but I'm asking you because I know I can count on you. Well, guess what? Now it's time for you to start counting on someone else. Okay? Stop being the person that always has to say yes. Let me do a quick recap and I'm going to let you guys be. So I shared with you all Warren Buffett's rules for success. Number 1, he says, be picky. You need to be picky about who you keep around. That's why I told you all before, I have friends. I have a lot of associates, a few friends, but then I have a small inner circle of friends because I don't call everybody a friend. I just don't. But I know a lot of people. I just would not necessarily call them a friend. There are people that I know. But you have to be picky about who you allow around you in your inner circle. Because your inner circle can make or break you if you're not careful. So I love that one. Number 2, he said, be inquisitive. Always be learning. Every day strive to learn something new that you didn't know the day before. Again, it doesn't have to be anything big and major. It can be something really small and teeny, but always find something new to learn. Number 3, he says, improve your communication skills. If you're talking to people and everything that you say goes over their head, then you have not effectively communicated whatever it was you were talking about. So sometimes you may have to, I know you may have your PhD, but sometimes you may have to put it on the shelf and come down and speak to people on a level that they can understand. Because throwing out these big words are great, but if the people don't get what you're saying, then you've not accomplished anything. But they will sit and talk about you, I can tell you that. And I love what he says, communication requires both effective sending and receiving. I need to be able to effectively communicate with you all, but I also need you to be able to effectively receive what I'm saying. And if that's not happening, then I need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what I need to do different. And then number 4, he says, be decisive. And you have to be able to say no. It's all right to say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. I'm Okay, you guys, listen, I'll have those in the description box. That's my time. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have an amazing week on purpose, you guys. On purpose, I said. You know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you all to the moon and back, and there's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do about it, because nothing will ever change. I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to motivate you. I'm always going to be here for you. If you need a listening ear and you don't have anybody else to talk to, and I mean that from my heart, always feel that you can reach out and talk to me. And what we talk about stays between you and I, unless you choose to share it. Okay? Love you all. We'll talk again on Wednesday.